Hey
I'm being
Leonard,
honest.
we're
I go
reacting
into
to
my
this.
past, I go into controversies, and I also debunk very serious
Dream.
things about me, including by involving the police, legal teams, and extensive research. It will get uncomfortable. I will
Oh,
get into details
I
of
was
my
about
life
to
that
say,
you probably don't want to hear, and I don't particularly
I
want to
hope you
share
have a
anymore.
kid
It
and it
feels
turns out to be
unnecessary
a
given the
midget.
circumstances, and honestly, the truth is not that hard. As you guys have probably noticed, I took a long break from YouTube, and since the face reveal, I've hardly really uploaded. And I've really focused on other things and separated myself from a lot of the stuff I was doing before. You may think that this was due to the hate from the face reveal, or for other reasons, but really there was something else that happened right after the face reveal, and it really made me step back from what I was doing and have a lot less passion. If you've been on the internet recently, you've probably
Minecraft.
heard or seen some pretty crazy stuff about me. Whether it's the voice actor of Gumball attacking me, or accusations against me
Yeah,
around
I
the
got
neighborhood,
the
you've probably heard
24-page
plenty
essay on
of
how
crazy
he.
stuff. I thought it's extremely important for me to make this video and provide as much information as I can. And I just want to right off the bat state as clearly as I can that these allegations are not true. I plan on going to extreme detail to prove that in this video. And to all the people that are spreading lies, fabricating stories, and making false accusations for fun or because they think it's funny,
I don't care. I accept that I'm a horrible person.
this is not funny. This is not a joke. This is people's lives, ranging from my own, my family, my employees, to actual victims that stories won't be heard or believed in the future because of this. I understand that some things in this video are much more important than others, so I split the video into chapters, and you can skip to and watch the parts that are most important to you. I will say that everything in this video is very relevant. I think they're all vital topics to include because they help clear up my character. So yeah, the video has chapters, and if you want to skip around, there's a pinned comment. And again, I realize that nothing in this video is as important as me talking about serious allegations, so I've made it really easy to skip ahead to whatever is most important to you. Just because there's other stuff doesn't mean anything is less important. Monetization on this video is on, but every dollar will go to a charity that's linked in the description. Otherwise, I want to start with the biggest lie I have ever told. The face leak photo was me. Of course, it's from when I was really
Wow.
young and I've lost a lot of weight since then, and it wasn't at all representative of what I look like now, but it was me. Obviously,
Picture's
I
him.
it wasn't, and a lot of
That's
people
him.
have and still do use that against me to say
Are you 2
The
minutes
reason
in?
I lied about that is because of the face reveal.
Yeah.
I'd been planning the face reveal
Dream.
for years. I sacrificed so much by
We're
staying
live.
inside and avoiding cameras for so long. I mean,
We're
I
on
had
there.
all my windows, and even to go to the
Mm-hmm.
dentist, I left hiding in the back of a car and went to a different state. Yes.
Hour-long reaction video.
I wasn't gonna let anyone take that moment away from me. Whatever I had to do to make sure that moment was suspenseful and exciting, I'm sure I would have done. And if anything, the face leak photo probably ended up creating more suspense and excitement to see if I was lying or if I actually looked like the leaked picture. Now, of course, there was a lot of personal information attached to the leaked picture, how it was found, where it was leaked
Play.
from, so that definitely contributed to why I lied about it. I didn't lie because I was ugly or because I was overweight or anything like that. And every time I talked about the leaked picture, I always mentioned that I struggled with my weight in the past and that it's disheartening to see people make fun of the poor kid for that, which obviously I was the poor kid. And I think that's something I'm willing to admit now because I face reveal. I'm not risking that big moment anymore. And I also feel much more comfortable about my personal information and how I look and so on. The day the face leak was posted, I was playing a Minecraft tournament and someone called the SWAT team on me.
Dream is AFK. I'm clear here.
With cops with rifles
Did the
pointing at me.
SWAT
I
hurt
was pretty
you?
swatted from that day on almost daily, to the point where the reason Sapnap moved in
Almost.
the face reveal was to answer the door when police showed up. Because people started camping outside with cameras to try and get in my face, and I needed someone to answer the door. When the people that were doxing me said they had the wrong address, my family ended up getting swatted. And my mom answered the door thinking that it was pizza for her and my little sister. They were held at gunpoint with police helicopters circling the neighborhood. People showed up at my house. People showed up at my family's house. The first time I ever got swatted, I made sure not to mention it at all. Funnily enough, I actually got interviewed by a SWAT team member while I was muted and playing Minecraft parkour with the SWAT officer right next to me. But yeah, it's just all to show that even though I was very adamant about denying the face leak, it was much more about the fact that there was so much personal information attached to the picture, and I wanted
So that was actually him?
It was?
Yeah.
I'm very proud of my weight loss story, and I was never ashamed about it at all. I think that it's very encouraging to see people accomplish
That's
weight loss. I
crazy.
did it all naturally. I lost hundreds of pounds. You have not seen me at my heaviest, and it's one of those things that I think is very encouraging to others. I love inspiring people, so it's a story I'm sure I'll tell in the future. But in that moment, it was not the right time to tell it. I feel like right now it's still kind of uncomfortable to talk about it, but it's annoying seeing the same damn picture. So here's some other pictures of me from before I
Oh my god!
just so there's
Oh
The
my.
same shirt!
No, I got an advertisement.
It's okay.
No.
Okay.
I'll pause.
Yeah.
I'm 4 minutes and 30 seconds in.
Now moving on to
Wait like 5 seconds.
the cheating scandal. I'm gonna be pretty precise with this one because it's been covered a million times and most of you are probably pretty sick of hearing about it, but it's still really important to talk about. It's one of the most frequent
And we're
reasons
unpaused.
as to why not to trust me. I did unintentionally cheat on a speedrun that I officially submitted to the leaderboard in 2020, and the speedrun mods were completely in the right for taking it down. I was using a disallowed mod for about a week on my live streams when a new version
Unintentionally.
I was unaware that this mod existed. When I was defending myself, I didn't know that I'd been using the mod, and it's a really complicated and lengthy explanation of how it's very reasonable that I didn't know that I had the mod, so I can't go into that here. A lot of people say that it's impossible that I wouldn't have known that I was so lucky, but those people don't realize that it was a little bit of luck over a very long period of time, and not a lot of luck at once. It was actually only uncovered by a cheater themselves, who later got exposed for doing that same thing in the past.
Yes, that's right, Minecravenger, the very same person that first publicly exposed Dream for cheating in his runs, has just been caught cheating himself. And not only cheating once, but cheating multiple world records over a span of more than 2 years.
I was defending myself so confidently publicly because me and a developer had already considered and ruled out the possibility that I could have been using a mod. Carl Jobs, a very well-respected YouTuber that also investigates speedruns, made a video going into all the details. It's over an hour long. If you'd like to watch it to understand how that could happen and all the supporting evidence around it, you can. He is very critical of me.
Let's go watch it.
That backs up what I'm saying from after his thorough investigation.
In conjunction
when?
with the evidence I've seen,
After this one?
the essence of
No,
what Dream was
I don't wanna
claiming
watch
in his
that.
paste bin was probably true. In my opinion, it is definitely more likely that he really didn't know his drop rates and barter rates were modified. Was it intentional? And I do believe that it probably wasn't.
He did a lot of research, interviewed a lot of people to come to that conclusion. He interviewed the mod team, me, developers, a lot more. He even said something afterwards that applies to a lot of the situations I'm going to talk about today, so I'm going to go ahead and play that.
Guarantee you he's still lying to save
People
himself.
will complain that Dream is a liar, and then in the next spout made-up assumptions that couldn't be further from the truth. It seems like everyone is lying everywhere.
I'm still fully responsible for my behavior back then towards the moderators, regardless of my intentions, and I did act like a little baby and caused the majority of the problems myself, so I'm sorry. Regardless of if you believe me or if you think that I'm being dishonest, since this all happened over 3 years ago, a lot has changed since, and I've done my best to move forward and grow as a person. I did my best to make
Oh
amends
my
with the mods. I
gosh.
apologized privately and publicly for lashing out at them. I donated over $50,000 to the speedrun community through tournaments and personal donations to over 15 different speedrunners. I voluntarily took down all my speedrun times, even ones that had nothing at all to do with the mod or the cheating scandal. I also deleted my original response video, and I haven't speedrun officially since. It's been over 3 years. Now that that's out of the way, I want to clear up some quick
I
misinformation
love
around it.
Dream.
One, it had nothing to do with my manhunt videos or any video or speedrun I've ever posted on my YouTube channel. It was specifically live-streamed attempts that I did during a 1 week or 2 period over 3 years ago. It's a common misconception that cheating had to do with my YouTube channel. Two, I didn't hire a fake astrophysicist to defend me, which is also commonly said. Knowing nothing about math, but fully believing in my innocence at the time, given the accusation was purely based on math, I used a website for math freelancers and reached out directly to a highly qualified professor that said they'd be willing to help me. They even made one of their conditions before agreeing that no matter what their conclusion was, I had to publish their results, even if their conclusion was that I was guilty. I agreed to this.
Dream briefly explained the situation, and the expert agreed to help. The expert provided Dream with a few terms, one of them being that Dream post the results no matter the outcome.
Obviously, their report ended up getting ripped to shreds, but I had no idea that would be the case. I knew absolutely nothing about math, and I fully believed in my innocence. So when a highly qualified third party was agreeing with me, it made me even more confident and bold. There was many factors as to why the report ended up being bad, partially due to the public pressure and it being rushed, partially due to them not knowing as much about Minecraft as the mod team did, but regardless, I didn't bribe or make up a fake astrophysicist, which is something people frequently say. The speedrun mod team and many other parties independently verified their credentials and the fact that they exist. I also put way more information in the description on this, just for transparency's sake, including proof about the professor, all of my emails to them, and even screenshots of messages that I never provided in the past. I think that's really important to clear up because it's used very frequently to say, if you will go as far as to make up a fake astrophysicist to lie, how far will he go?
Take this man back to Yaptown, dude.
No, I didn't lie. Lying about a
I
Minecraft
didn't
speedrun
He is
lie.
dragging it on.
very serious.
We got a dude.
The next thing I'm going to talk about is a pretty big one that you might not have heard about, but it's a pretty important.
Pretty big one that you haven't heard about.
Manatreed is a content creator I added to my server, the Dream SMP, a couple years ago. They were anonymous like me, and they had a very short career. There was a thread made about Manatreed saying that they doxed him and that he was an IRL friend of mine, had been charged with domestic violence, and that I was trying to hide it. Manatreed was removed from the SMP by me, all of his accounts were deleted, and I made a statement talking about how I don't support domestic violence, I wasn't aware of any domestic violence, and that due to how complicated the situation was, I decided to remove Manatreed from the SMP. I also strongly alluded to the fact that the doxed information was incorrect. Everything I just said was true, except for the fact that Manatreed was my childhood best friend. I came up with the name Manatreed, I made the accounts, I grew up with him, his grandparents were like my grandparents, he was like family to me. The criticism I get to this day related to this is that I intentionally housed and hid an abuser. Because Manatreed was faceless and anonymous like me, people said that it was planned deliberately in order to hide a domestic violence charge. This is not true. In late 2020, he had a lot of problems. He was struggling with homelessness, had been in multiple recent car accidents. I knew I could help him, so I did. I offered him a place to stay, I paid for his groceries and gas for a while, and eventually I came up with the idea to add him to my server. He was my childhood friend, I trusted him, and he wasn't a risk. I was anonymous, so obviously if I wanted to play games with him, his identity couldn't be known, or it would leak my identity. Whenever the thread first came out saying that Manatreat abused his girlfriend, I responded emotionally, calling people gullible, because I didn't believe that someone I had known for so long and grew up with could do anything like that. And at the time, although no one knew, he lived with me in Sapnap, so it seemed crazy that he
Able to
would
be
somehow
so
hide it.
gullible.
I jumped the gun and
Manatreat.
reacted emotionally. Only later did I properly look into everything, and I apologize. After I confronted Manatreat in real life, he claimed that he wasn't an abuser, that he had just had an altercation with another guy, and that his ex-girlfriend got in the middle of it. He claimed that he never hit her, that he had just caught her cheating and was fighting the guy that she was cheating with, that the cops got called, and that he got arrested. This is just what he said. This altercation would have taken place around a year before he moved in with us, and I had no knowledge of it. People thought that domestic violence took place when he lived with us because my address was on a court document of his, but that was far after when he was on probation and had to tell the court where he currently lived. He also lied to us and told us that he was on probation for smoking weed in order to not have us question anything
Burner.
suspicious related to it. Even though he claimed to me that he wasn't abusive to anyone, I couldn't just take him for his word, and so I did research myself. I reached out to his ex-girlfriend and talked to her about it all. She wouldn't really say that much. She said to give Manatreat the best wishes for his future, and that his mistakes were behind her, and that she just wanted to be left alone online. I don't want to push her for information, so because of that, I didn't feel comfortable having Manatreat on the Dream SMP anymore. I didn't have full confidence that he was being honest with me because he had already lied to me, and I was also still faceless and really didn't want to have to dox myself to explain the situation. I decided the best idea would just be to remove him from the server. I had created all of the accounts, so I completely shut them down and removed his access. I knew that there was absolutely no risk that, even if he was lying, he would ever cause future harm because of me. Unfortunately, this wasn't a cut and dry situation. This was one of my childhood best friends that had always treated me with kindness and had lied to me in Sapnap. And unfortunately, due to all of this, I have no contact with him and lost someone that was like family to me. I'll never know the exact truth behind everything. The person that I knew was kind, generous, and compassionate, and I never would have added him to the server if I thought he was anything otherwise. But what I do know is that, other than my initial crude response, I stand by my actions. I think that I navigated a really complex situation the best that I could. I got rid of any risks.
People can be so gullible.
Domestic violence, even to the detriment of
Yeah.
friendships.
Frickin' ad.
Try skip practice.
There you go.
Pause in at 12 minutes.
Understand people that
Yeah, but 12.
I
Pause in 12 minutes.
can't. I gotta
Alright.
go to
that I was covering up wrong.
it's Secret Santa.
It's not unreasonable at
Bro.
all. And that's why I figured I had to talk about it in this
Skip
video, even
Bracky.
if it is personal and
Frankenstein.
before I jump
gotta
into the
come,
most
babe.
important things,
Wait, how late are you guys
I wanna
gonna
talk
be
about
there?
Something that's come up a lot due to these allegations, and something that's
Devin?
commonly said to give credibility
Late.
to me being a bad or weird.
Okay,
Oh,
because
okay.
I could like just go for the Secret Santa and dip because I can't play
To his credit. But while talking about them,
because of
he
my
said,
back. I'm just gonna
Dream's
sit
audience
there.
has always been on the younger side of
How long is he?
Dream constantly
Secret Santa will be like
engages with
10
them in
minutes.
very inappropriate ways, such
Oh,
as
shit.
like
But the rest of the
posting
practice
thirst
is like
traps. He
2
does
hours,
post
but I just
thirst
sit
traps,
there
even
'cause I'm
knowing
injured.
that his fans are
Yeah, dude.
children.
So if I
Trey,
just
you're only
go
gonna miss
through-
like
claims come out, I think a lot
a
of
little bit.
people start
Yeah,
to
like the
take
first
them at face
hour,
value because
probably.
they're like, oh, that sounds like the dream
Yeah.
that I know.
Because yeah,
You know, this
the
sounds
Dude.
like something
Back
Dream might
in
do.
the
we're going to that.
Even though right
We're going to the
now, a lot of
Spectrum
the
track.
evidence
You really
backs
think
up,
we're gonna be there for like
he's
2
into
hours
the
only?
yeah, I'll
strongest.
pull it up.
Now, before I talk about
Let
this, I
me
just wanna
No.
say
text
if
my
you're watching
coach
this and you
tomorrow.
share the same opinion, try and
Alright.
give me the
I mean,
benefit of
she's
the doubt
probably still
and really
awake.
listen
I
to
could
what I have
text
to
her
say
now.
and discard your
Let me
preconceived
see.
Yeah.
bias.
Text her.
Because, yeah,
Like you just you say you just figured out
creep, it clearly
it was
changes
your
my
friend's
opinion.
birthday
So I'm gonna break down multiple things that
or
changed
something
my
like that.
because I respect him.
Yeah,
I
but what do
respect
you
his
want?
opinion. I think he's a super reasonable guy, and I
What do you mean?
decent content creator. One of the things that he
What do
said
you
is
want
that
for
I
your
You know what,
post
Justin?
and thirst traps.
He
Anything.
does
I'll take
post
anything.
thirst traps.
Okay,
That's the
bet.
first thing. Uniquely,
Yeah.
because I didn't reveal my face until last year, I can actually
ever watch
Honestly, dude,
every photo and video of myself.
I don't care what I get as long as it's funny
While you
and
have it,
or
it's
I
important to note that
could
what you
use it
post
for
on
something.
like Snapchat is very
Okay,
different than
bet.
something you'd post on Instagram or Twitter. Snapchat runs ads every 5 or 6 photos and encourages
Hello,
you to post
Christian.
upwards of 100 photos or videos a day to have the most growth and make the most money. They only last 24
going
hours.
tomorrow?
Hey,
a
Christian.
story.
Can you make it tomorrow?
On Snapchat, you kind of just spam anything. So for me,
Oh, word?
it's silly filters, my cat, whatever food I'm eating that day, like a haircut. Because of that, it's much easier to take one
I
silly
got
photo from
this.
Snapchat
Oh,
out of
yo.
context and make it out to be something that's on top of that,
Ninja
there's a lot
Turtle,
of fake accounts that I think
stuff for
people fall
Fortnite
for
Festival
all the
out.
time. They post thirst trap captions using my photos, and with how many likes they get, there's a lot
I turned lesbians back to normal.
What
Dream
do
was
you
Thailand.
There's one specific one that was extremely popular and verified before it was suspended. It posted tweets like this,
Dream was talent.
this,
Matt, turn it off.
and this. These are just completely normal photos.
Just found out about
Is
racism.
my stream
but
turned
they
up
repost
or?
them and put a weird caption.
yeah, your
This has
stream's
fooled
up all
tons
the
of
way.
people,
It's super
including
quiet.
people that have made pretty big videos about me. And I wouldn't be surprised at all if Charlie saw this account a couple times and thought its tweets were mine. A lot of people also say stuff like this,
I don't know why he still uses Snapchat. It's still kind of weird. I told you, if you're a grown man using Snapchat,
which I think is super reasonable to think. If you don't know that there's creator accounts now that work very differently to normal Snapchat accounts, you can promote stuff to millions of people through Snapchat's algorithm, and even recently, you can make a lot of money. Obviously, encouraging you to post.
24 page Google Doc does not
myself
say that's
and
a
have someone else completely run the
account like that,
because there's
Dream.
a manager account feature where I can just post from my personal snap and never even see any of the messages. I also sometimes have people say that I'm weird because of fan art account likes from my fan art account. So I just want to clarify, I'm not the one behind 99% of the likes. I've never made that public.
Dude, my knuckles are so fucking dry. Like they burn. I need like
That's why you need lotion.
I need lotion. It
Snapchat
really
since
hurts.
January 2022. There's nothing weird, and he doesn't really even log into it. I also run his fan art
Since
account
2022.
since
Okay.
January 2022 as well. I'm good friends with Dream and the Dream Team, so he thought I'd be a good picture on it. I mostly just like and retweet art. I'm banished from replying. Sometimes people will call him creepy for stupid stuff that I've liked, and I've never really taken it seriously because I just think what's being depicted.
Trey, how does it feel
Like,
knowing that
maybe
you
not
are the
good
only
art or something,
person
because
whose name's
maybe
correctly?
it just happens to be really good art, but when it's being used
Like,
for
you're the only one whose name's actually your name.
Really? What's Christian's
Yeah.
name?
Told me to unlike something or asked
Brick
why I
wall.
was on DNF
What's
when
Christian? Not Christian. What's that E-man's
but
name?
people shouldn't use me liking art that I found funny or just
Hey,
thought
man.
was impressive artistically against him.
I can still be more
What's
careful about what's
Justin's
liked on the
name?
account, though, and I also can be
Sir Hornswoggle the Fourth.
I do it. But I will just say here that
What's
I've
Matt's
never
name?
supported not safe for work.
Sir Hornswoggle the Second.
I think that that's weird. and gross.
What's
I
Adrian?
clarify my boundaries on myself later in the video.
Adrian.
But generally, it's just I don't.
My
wanna
mom
do
And then I'm
weird
just
things.
Trey.
I also
I-
later have the person who used to run the account back in
I feel-
And yours is just Trey Johnson.
Yeah, like 1 out of every 1,000 Snapchats I post.
This is your full name.
spreading and making
Everyone's
fun
on
of,
mine
which is
is normal.
fine, of course. But it's when it's made out to be weird that it's disingenuous. Now, that's not to say that I'm posting the exact same thing as everyone
And then we got
else. When
Norris
I'm
being
posting
Sir
is different
Hornswoggle
than
the
other people.
Third.
It definitely
Christian,
is.
can I
was
send the
faceless
picture of you
for
to their
a very
GC,
long
please?
time, never took pictures of myself, and had no social
What
media
the
before
fuck?
YouTube.
I got
so you're
you.
seeing literally my first time ever
Please.
taking pictures,
No,
and I am just a
you're
little
such a
goofy.
fucking
Again, it's fine to
bitch,
make fun
dude.
of. Like, some of these
Bro,
pictures are stupid.
which
but
one is it?
using
Hey,
them as
the
evidence
chill
of
out.
weird
one.
or making them out to be weird.
Chill out.
Just
Listen,
isn't
Christian,
cool.
we're
I
trying
don't
to-
really
we're
take
trying to watch
myself
it.
seriously. I don't think I'm
Christian, we're
super
trying to watch
effective.
this
I don't
video.
think I'm super funny. I think a
Trying
lot
to
of
watch
people
this
misunderstand some of
Alright,
the things that I
so-
post that are satire. A lot of my videos
Okay.
before I did Minecraft challenges were satire videos, and I still post a lot of satire. A perfect example of
17,
this is
18
my
minutes
face
basically.
reveal. I
17
posted a video
minutes.
on my channel where I unrevealed my face. It's a
17,
satire.
30.
I have my two best friends burst down my door, tell me that I'm ugly and to put my
Damn
mask back
guys.
on, which I agree with, make a professional mask, and then go through the McDonald's drive-thru with it on, while saying that I'm never taking it off ever again. The number of people that took this seriously was in the tens of millions. People see the headline, assume that sounds like something that cringy
Tens of
guy
millions.
would do, and then it's
There's
missing. And the same
700,000
thing
likes
happens with
on
my
that, dude.
TikToks. Like almost my entire
That's not
TikTok
tens of-
page
that's
is
tens of
sarcastic,
thousands. Are
and
you
every now and
retarded?
then, someone will take a TikTok of mine completely seriously.
My bad.
I posted a video of me with the chat filter on and said
He
no filter.
is retarded
right
'cause he
after the
talks
face
to
reveal. I
my
made a
age.
TikTok where I take off the mask and use an ugly filter. Another TikTok where I make fun of the face leak photo, or many other sarcastic posts. But then I post a TikTok where I'm in a Walmart wearing my mask, and people take it so seriously. I get tons of hate, and it said how cringe it is that I would go shopping in my mask, that it's pathetic that I'm trying to hide my face after I already revealed it. Or I post a TikTok where I sing one of my songs, say no auto-tune, and then kiss the camera. And it's that I'm trying to be hot or think I'm such an amazing singer, instead of that I'm self-aware and playing into the cringe. I didn't watch that and go, you are so cool. You are such an amazing singer, and you're also hot. Like, it's not serious.
Sure,
Yes, I do
Dre,
post cringy
sure.
stuff
Sure,
sometimes, and
Dre.
I'm not trying to say that I've never been cringy.
Sure,
or that
Dre,
I don't make fun of
sure.
content that is intentionally cringy, but I've never posted anything that you could remotely say is a thirst trap or inappropriate for my audience. Because as you can see, in the context of all these other photos I've posted,
No thirst
it's not
traps.
honest to
There's a
single out one
picture
weird
of him
Snapchat
with
out of
his
context
chin
of the
out
thousands I spam, and then say
to
that
the
I
side
post
with a
creepy
filter
photos.
on
But
it
yeah,
in the
like
mirror.
one photo I posted was
Not
heavily
thirst
spread
trap.
as a thirst trap
Okay,
by parody accounts,
Clayton.
and it's this. I'm supposed to be dead. It's definitely not a thirst trap, but it's not like I was sending it to somebody and being weird. I was just spamming photos on my public story.
Oh no, George Not Found is giving him the slopperson. Oh no, oh no.
Ew.
Like, yeah, it's goofy. It was not. I
Slopperson.
posted
That's
one or two
so
photos with my
goofy.
shirt off ever,
Not the
and this one's because I
slopperson.
thought it was cool to see my hair comb back since it's always forward, and you can't even see me or my body. There's also this monstrosity that's frequently shared. Like, this is a gross photo. I look terrible. This is not a thirst trap. This is a terrible photo.
We
This
finished.
is just disgusting. I was just spamming photos, didn't think much of it, and posted it.
was
And
like
now
5
it will haunt
seconds
me
over.
until the end of time. I'm cringy and being serious when I make satire posts. I'm full of myself when I post a normal photo. I'm gross when I post a bad photo. I'm weird when I post a silly photo. It's just people
Silly.
assuming the worst or just
He's
not
so
knowing
silly,
who
we
I
can't
am,
take him
which I
anywhere.
guess is fair. So yeah, that's what I have to say about the thirst traps thing. But obviously that's just photos. Now in terms of other stuff, I've definitely had my opinions morph over time, especially since I've face revealed and actually got to meet fans in person. But we can still talk about some old stuff that people frequently use to say that I'm weird. First of all, me calling my fan base kittens. This was a stupid tweet. If I could go back, never would have tweeted it. I completely understand that without knowing my intentions or what I actually meant, it could seem super weird. The whole Discord
my
kittens
kittens.
meme wasn't as big yet, and I just tweet so much, I just wasn't really thinking. It came out horribly, and I will never live this down. It is still
You're all
something
my
that my
little
friends make
kittens.
fun of me for to this day. I was just trying to explain that when I say I love my audience, I don't mean in the same way that I love my friends or my family. That I mean it in the way that I love dogs. Even though I don't know every dog personally, I can still say I love dogs. I should not have said kittens, but it's not what I meant. It was a stupid tweet. I've tweeted tens of thousands of times the last few years. It wasn't my brightest moment, but it also wasn't me trying to be weird or going kittens. It was just an analogy that I regret using. Another point of evidence towards the dream is weird narrative was the
Everest music video out
selling my baby
tomorrow.
pictures. In 2022, my merch company sold a flash drive that was dream
This
themed.
video
It was
has
going to be sold empty, and then my mom and my dad, who helped
113,000
run my merch company, had the idea to put some random stuff onto the drive, so it felt more unique. I thought it was a cool idea. The content on the drive wasn't what was being sold. It was the slap wristband flash drive itself. We added some drafts of books I wrote from when I was a teenager, some memes,
Cardi ever
some old
fucking do
Minecraft
anything?
screenshots of me and my friends, some notes and emails from teachers talking about me being
even
rebellious in
drop
middle
anything,
school.
dude?
And yes, 2 pictures of me from when I was a
Already?
baby.
Yeah.
The intent wasn't at all to sell pictures
That
of
was
me when
pretty
I was a baby, which other celebrities have actually literally done. The intent was just to show a little bit of where I'm from, like you would show pictures in a
celebrities
biography
have
you would
done
sell
that,
or
dude?
something. It was my version of a little biography with
Dream.
writing and pictures and quotes. I think there's definitely something to be said about the concept of being
Other
in
celebrities
possession
better
of a
be.
file of someone else's baby picture versus it just
Yeah.
being in a physical book. So I totally get it.
Eyes
But you have to
versus
recognize that
reality.
that's clearly not the intention. It should be something
It's on
funny
his,
or
it's
cringe
on
to
his
make fun
Instagram.
of and
It's on
not
Opium,
be a serious thing,
Christian
like
Revolt.
being about pedophilia.
I think.
Yeah, I mean, as you can probably tell by the pictures going by, I have a pretty normal life. I think I'm a pretty average guy, and 99% of the things I
I'm
do
a
are
pretty average guy.
normal. Despite how much I've put
I'm
myself
pretty
out there,
normal.
there's only a few weird out of context
only
things
have
to
$1
show
billion
for it, and a couple goofy photos. So yeah, I think when people say that I post thirst traps or post predatory things to my audience, they're just misinformed. I don't think that Charlie is being malicious at all. It's just a lot of misinformation, and it's something I've never really made
I
an effort
found
to
it.
clear up. I always lean into the cringe.
Oh,
but
there's
when
2
it's being
black dudes
used to
kissing on
strengthen
there. That's
serious
pedophilic.
allegations. That's when I kind of have to really
He is
break down
exposing
how
his
I am. But yeah, I
audience
mean,
to
on top of
gay
all
men.
that, my audience is not as young as people think. This isn't a hill I'm gonna die on because I know a lot of people have their minds made up or could not be convinced. Believe it or not, I have one of the oldest audiences in all of Minecraft YouTube. I started YouTube through coding and extremely complex stuff like
Oldest?
reverse engineering PewDiePie's Minecraft seed. My videos, even to this day, are
Old
super
for him
long,
is
don't have
14
that
years old.
quick retention style editing or sound
you're right.
effects or anything that a lot of channels do. And I also have a large
Oh,
pro
boy,
gamer
though.
audience because my videos involve a lot of technical skill. My audience outside of YouTube is
Look at
younger.
my
but
technical
the vast majority
skill.
of people I get recognized by on the street are college aged, and usually dudes being like, "What the f? It's Dream!" On Twitch, I've covered heavy topics. In this video, I'm covering heavy topics. Me and my friends all swear on every other platform, and we're definitely not
Hey, Ron,
kids
how
channels in
18-year-old
any way.
is
Just
looking
because I
at a
post
Dream
Minecraft
video?
videos doesn't
Oh,
mean
yeah.
my
Let's
audience is
fucking
just
just
little
stick to
kids. Most people that
Minecraft
watch me
and
either
shut
used to
up,
play
dude.
Minecraft or don't even play Minecraft at all. I
Exactly.
think Charlie's
Why
audience
are you
is of
fucking
course
kids,
much
bro?
older than mine. But
Build
if
a
I posted
boat.
photos like these, which to be clear,
Make
if
a
I was
fucking
ripped as
house.
hell like
Bro,
Charlie,
I love-
would
I love
100%
Dream.
What's wrong with
Very
Peyton? What's
famous,
wrong with
bro.
him? What's wrong with
because
him?
it's me when it's not at all. And that same standard isn't applied to TikTok stars or really anyone else. But
Oh my
you didn't
God,
watch
Bryce
Dream
Hall.
before he was-
Oh, my
Charlie
screen!
have posted
Oh
are
my
actually
bee.
really similar. It's just people cherry picking goofy photos of mine. And it's just me posting random photos.
We're watching the Dream video, Adrian.
We're on
we
there.
are?
We're on there.
Oh man, how much did I miss?
Ad.
Hey,
Alright.
fill me in. Mute the ad. Fill me in. Fill me in.
Everyone
Spectrum
died.
Business is made to work. Just
What did I miss?
So
made to sell
essentially,
out even when the lights go out.
he's talking about
Wireless
his
internet backup.
cheating scandal.
made to keep
You
you
know that
working.
old
Spectrum
image where he's like
Complete
fat?
Uh-huh.
It was him. He was fat.
Yeah.
He's talking about how he's been seen as weird right now. Why would a girl, his little thirst trap, and like he like had a abuser, and like on the Dream SMP.
And we are back. 23:53. And we're starting again.
Are you the one streaming this?
No, it's Matt.
Oh, okay. Is this a reaction
Devin,
stream?
tell me when you're at 24/7.
Wait, don't. 24/7
I'm
or
at-
24/10?
I'm at 24/7.
Don't want to overlook anything, so
And
I'm gonna talk about it now. The first ever allegations against me that were spread pretty far were made the day after my face reveal, on October 3rd, 2022. A girl named Anastasia tweeted out, "He's only face revealing because he's scared that I'll do it first." And then she followed it up by tweeting, "I'm too tired / real life struggling to get involved, but the YouTuber trending right now already face revealed to me years ago when he was flirting with me when I was a minor." Obviously, because of my face reveal, it took him off, pointing out inconsistencies, asking questions, and so on. I didn't have any inappropriate contact with this person. I didn't have any sexual contact with this person. I hardly even remember who this person is at all. And the only messages I could even find with this person were friendly Twitter
Not
DMs.
ideal
And
for eating
even in those
spaghetti.
Twitter DMs, I mentioned that they had 18 in their bio, which they contradict. I definitely didn't face reveal to
Is there
them.
pork
That's
in
an
that
obvious
spaghetti?
lie. Almost nobody knew what I looked like at all before my face reveal. Not
Are
even
you at
most
your
of my
mom's
best
or your
friends that
dad's
had
by
known me
chance?
my entire life, let alone
Don't worry
someone I
about it.
don't even remember talking to at all. She posted a screenshot of some texts and claimed
I'm
that
gonna
they were from
fucking
me.
chuck
She showed a
spaghetti at
screenshot
your
of my
car.
TikTok being
Please,
contacts to
no.
try and prove that the texts were from me, which people quickly pointed out isn't possible because I have a Google Voice number hooked up to my TikTok, which isn't iMessage like the text. And again, she never
What
claimed
if I
any sexual
leave
misconduct.
on
She never
Google?
claimed anything related to nudity or sexting. This
You
was
need
also
to
in
wipe
early
your blade,
2020,
so
and
every
she had
time you
18 in
go
her bio
to
with
the
everything and all the
wiper,
inconsistencies.
Now
and
put
everything
it,
was
put
awesome.
it
It's still worth
like
noting because people still
fucking
somehow say this is one of 3 victims of mine. So yeah, before
blinker
talking about the
fluid.
next allegation, I just want to address something that I think is pretty
Every
important.
time I
I
turn
see
on
some
my
people say,
blinker.
why respond to fans at all? Or that it doesn't matter what Dream
Trey,
said.
bro, who
The
the
fact
fuck
that he
you talking?
responded to a fan speaks
Snore.
volumes, and people
Oh, I
saying
forgot
that
you
are
guys
making
snore
it
muted.
nuanced. First of all, back when I started YouTube in 2019, obviously I had a very small community. Even moving into it in 2020,
Over a
before
year
Dream
now.
SMP. It's very common that when you have a smaller community, you're
That's
becoming
actually
really
insane.
part of how you do that is by interacting with people and responding to them and being
Even
active.
through
I've always
Steam.
respected my community, and when I was really small,
Bro,
I
is
would
that
respond
what you
to
talking
just literally everyone that DM'd me,
Fucking
even if it was just
muted
one-word
for
answers.
over a
Obviously,
year.
later on, and as I grew,
where the
I
fuck
replied
my
less and
where the
less,
fuck my
and things evolved
where the
over
fuck
time
my
with my fan base growth. Like, as an example,
Do another
in
24-hour
December
stream.
2019,
I'm
I
good.
ran the account, but in early
do a 48 hours stream next map?
completely passed
How
the
was
replay
it?
to someone
It
else.
was
I
awful.
pretty much never logged into it
I
ever
was
again.
sleepy.
Hi, I would like to remain anonymous, so I'm just gonna be calling
We
myself
opened the
Rebecca.
stream to him
I used to
sleeping.
run Dream Snapchat
Yeah.
starting in 2020. I did that for probably around a year, and I would like read through all the messages and I'd
Dude,
screenshot
they already
art
went over these.
or
Okay.
funny comments, and I would respond when it was appropriate. There is definitely nothing weird going on this account. Dream hardly even logged into it, and it was mainly me. He never used it inappropriately, and although I no longer work for Dream, I am not aware
I'm a
of him
barber.
ever acting inappropriate with fans or anyone
How much you
underage.
want to bet?
Most,
You
if
paid
not
this
all,
chick
of the
like
Snapchats
50
I've
bucks
posted
to
since
say
then
this.
have been
Oh,
through
God.
the manager account feature.
Probably.
Meaning I use my normal Snapchat and post to my other account like a story, without even ever logging in or seeing any messages. I think that when people talk about messaging or becoming friends with a fan, most people are thinking of a stan or a super obsessive fan. Because what makes you a fan?
Stan.
Just one video, two
Eminem.
videos, 10 being subscribed. There's levels to it. My point being that when you're talking about messaging someone and it being weird, there has to be a weird dynamic. Obviously, a
I like how
streamer
you
that
have it
subscribed
just
to me
like
and has watched my videos in the past and DMs me should not be looked at
I
the
do
same as a
too.
random person that does the exact same
Good
thing.
call, boys.
I've
Let me
had
go
fans of mine
dislike
turn into
that.
friends of mine, but I don't go seeking out friendships with people who have obsessions with me. There's a difference between a fan of mine who reacts to my videos because they're
113K
entertaining and makes some content about me because that's what
How
gets
many likes
views
does it have?
that I end up becoming friends with, than a random stan that posts thirst edits of me. Obviously,
Oh
a
my
massive
God.
difference. There's a difference between a random stan in your Twitch chat that watches every stream because they love you, and
Man,
a
what if
regular
we
viewer
give your
that's in your
live
community
stream
because
VOD
they have common interests with you
100,000
that you end up becoming friends with. And at that point,
dislikes?
they're no longer a fan. They're a friend.
No.
And in some cases,
I like
becoming
all that
some of the
shit,
most
but
beloved
fuck
couples on the internet. My point is that there's a lot of nuance. I think it's a responsibility of a creator to be able to recognize dynamics, avoid any weird
Yeah,
ones.
it's
You can't
different
just look
because
at the fact that
PewDiePie. He's not a
someone
pedophile.
follows you or has watched a couple of your videos
Yeah,
and
all
write
he
them
does
off
is say
as,
the
"Oh,
N-word
you're
on
a
the
fan."
bridge, and that's
Therefore,
what
we
makes
can
him
have no
cool.
conversation. I was also
Exactly.
friends of a lot of my friends
What a
before I became
fucking.
friends with them. A lot of people that I
We're on there. We're on there. No time.
Nice
No
guy.
time.
fans. And then, of course, you can
What a
become
fucking
friends.
nice guy.
Again, the whole point is that there's a lot of specifics to it. You can't just
He's
write
so
something
nice.
down.
Fucking nice fella,
Again,
bro.
that's
I
fans.
feel like
That's not
Dream
season.
the Dream
Otherwise,
SM.
going
has
back to the
definitely
very
called
important.
someone who can't.
Now, the
Dream.
second allegation is what I'm going to talk about in extreme detail. The second allegation came out
Oh,
soon after the
here we go,
first.
here we go.
It said that the first allegation was why they were sharing their story. It was from a girl that claimed that when she was 17, we inappropriately messaged. This did not happen. Let's get into the details. On September 23rd,
If I do go to the
2020,
party
Amanda
tomorrow,
messaged me
bro,
from her
I'm
personal
not gonna be
Instagram
able to
account,
do
sending me a message
nothing.
that was clearly a fan
I
message.
got
Thank me
a
for saving
total
my life, and I replied to this
$15
message.
in the
September
bank
of
account.
2020, I was a lot smaller
Devin,
than
are
I
we
am
going
now.
to
So I got
David
a lot less
Buster's, bro?
DMs, and I was much more active in like
Yeah,
fan
bro.
communities and replying to people. And all I replied was,
low-key
"Oh,
got
thank you
an
for the kind
$80
words."
gift card.
And then
I
I
only
also
played 2
replied, "Glad to
games
make you
with.
smile." After she followed up with the message, I put a transcript of every Instagram
didn't
message
use
that I've
looks
ever
like you-
sent her, linked in the description.
Yo,
It
get that
might
to
not
me.
be every message that she
I'm
sent
good.
me
I
because
got
there's
no
proof
money.
that she deleted Instagram messages to me. An old TikTok
You guys
of
get
hers
to
has
meet
messages
father.
from me that wasn't in her post with the
Father first.
accusations, and she showed our messages. But my transcript
What's his
tried to
name?
include those and
Travis?
piece it together. But again,
Yeah.
it might not be all of them
Scott?
because I don't
He's
know what she
coming too?
deleted.
Yeah.
I only know what she deleted from the thing she accidentally showed in her old TikTok.
You guys,
messages.
Justin, you
Amanda,
gotta ask
on the other
him.
hand,
You have
how are
to
you
ask
doing?
Travis.
September 25th.
Oh, yeah.
The next day I replied, "I'm good. Thank you. How are you?" Amanda, the same day
Who did we
replied, "I'm doing
ask?
okay.
Oh,
Could be better.
it
Could be
was-
worse. Thank
the
you for
wait, who do
asking."
we-
Amanda replied, "How's your
Nah, it
kitty
was
doing?"
somebody
I love
else.
cats. I replied and said she's doing amazing. September 28th, so 3 days
We
What?
later.
asked Drake
I gotta
to
move my
come.
car.
I need some advice.
Update
I'm trying to become a
you.
small streamer on
To
Twitch,
come
but not
to
a
the
single person
fucking
joins my streams. How
mining
do I get naughty?
company.
October 2nd, so 2 days later.
Ask
I
Ken
replied,
Carson.
with your friends maybe? Post clips to Reddit and stuff.
And Drake.
I asked Ken Carson.
Oh, I love
Again,
Reddit.
said, "Dream, would you ever consider playing Among Us with me?" I did.
Fuck that
This is
shit.
during the Among Us
Fuck
phase.
the
Still in
mining
2020. October 5th, 2020. I replied, "Maybe." Heart.
Dude,
Amanda
last
said,
time
"LOL, take
when
the
I had
movie.
it for my
Be sick." I didn't
basketball
reply.
break,
This
bro, that
is
shit
a
was
month
so
and a little bit
gas.
later. Amanda said, "Hi, Dream.
How
What
about
did
we
you think of
invite
the
Lavelle?
message that was deleted after she made the allegations?" We don't know what it was. We only know
Where's
the
my
last couple
blunt? Where's
characters.
my
And
blunt?
again,
Where's my
we only know it
blunt?
exists because she messed up and included it in her old TikTok post. Amanda replied and, later and said, "Hi." Amanda said, "How are you?" November 16th. So it's another few days later. I replied and said, "Good, good. How about you?" She replied and said, "I'm pretty good."
The touch
Thank
of
you."
the
November
tism.
30th. So 2 weeks later.
Hey, bro,
Amanda
I
said,
want to
"Hi,
skate
Dream.
so
I want to actually become a streamer
bad,
like you and your
dude.
friends. I'm just so uneducated on what's support.
Fucking
So
Can you
scared right
recommend
now.
me all the products
It
you use?
hurts, dude,
Like
and
computer,
Christian's
cam, mic,
gonna
headset,
get
etc.
mad,
You have no idea how I
right?
would appreciate it. December 5th, 2020.
I
So
mean, that
6 months
shit's
later,
on
I
you,
replied and said,
bro.
"Almost
You
everything I
got
have was
pissed at
recommended
me.
by Bad Boy Halo." Haha.
I mean,
Amanda
don't
replied
be
and she
bitching
sent
about it.
another
If you
message
don't wanna
that she deleted
heal
after
it,
she made
But
the allegations.
I would rather
Again,
skate
we
and
won't know
bitch.
what it was. December 26th, so
Dude, that's
almost
all you
a
then.
month later, Amanda sent a video. We don't know what the video was. I didn't think it was open.
Hey,
just
cause
gotta
I
keep
can
enjoying
ollie.
it.
January
I can
5th.
ollie.
Amanda
I
said
just
again,
need to get
"Hi, Dream.
higher
I just want
and
to say
then
happy
I'm
late
back.
New Year and Merry Christmas.
You just-
Congratulations on everything you've
you
accomplished
just
this
gonna
year. I
keep
hope I am
enjoying
fortunate
it,
enough
and
one
then
day to
you
be as
won't even
successful as
be
you.
able to
If you could
play
tell me what kind
season.
of computer you have, that'd be
Oh
great."
yeah.
January 16th, so 11
I'm
days
not
later. I
gonna
replied,
play
"Thank
season,
you."
bro.
Amanda
Bench
replied,
varsity.
deleted message. And
Well, I
then
mean, you
part of
could
it
at
was
least
how
get
are you?
better.
But obviously I didn't reply. April 13th, so a while, like a long time later, Amanda messaged me again and said, "Hi." I replied,
W
"Hi." Amanda
mindset.
said, "How are you?"
On
I
God.
said, "Decent. How are you?" She said, "I'm all right. Thank you." And she said, "I heard some snippets of the song you're working on, and I really like it. You have a really nice singing voice." I replied on April 14th, "Thank you." So that was
He riz.
Day. I said, "You're welcome." And then December 26th, that was like a long time later, she messaged me and said, "Merry late Christmas." Heart. I didn't reply. January 10th, she messaged me and said, "Hi, my Snapchat was banned and I have no friends. How are you?" I replied 2 days later and said, "How TF does a Snapchat get banned?" Amanda replied and said, "I'm pretty sure it's because I posted videos of me smoking, but all my memories from 2014 are gone. So sad." I replied the next day and said, "Damn." And then she replied that same day and said, "Yeah."
Why are you still
how are your
messaging
holidays?"
her?
I replied the next day and said, "Good, good. How about you?" And then Amanda
Jack?
replied that same day and said, "Pretty good." You may be wondering at this point, why are you replying to her? You seem clearly disinterested.
Wow,
It
Matt.
takes days or
Wow.
weeks to reply, and then when you do reply, it's very dry. Well, Instagram has a really stupid feature that makes it so that once you've replied to someone's DMs once, you can't remove their ability to personally message you. Unless you block them. You cannot be following them, you can delete them from your inbox, they can still message you and pop up in your notifications. I'm showing an example on screen of my DM continuing to pop up on my alt account, just to show how it works. Obviously, given I replied to Amanda back in 2020 when I had a much smaller community, she was stuck in my inbox for the rest of time. You can temporarily delete someone from your inbox, and it deletes all of your message history to them for you, but they can still message you, with now a blank DM history. So at one point, wanting her to stop DMing me, I swiped her out of my inbox, multiple times. It's actually completely provable that I did do this. I'm showing a video of my Instagram DMs to Amanda now, where they start in December of 2021, much later than her original DMs. Because you can't delete other people's individual messages, and you can only delete entire conversations, this proves 100% that I was trying to delete her ability to message me
Did I
in
miss anything?
2021. It also shows a problem. The only messages that I can see
Oh,
from
you missed
Amanda
so
were
much,
from
Justin.
December 2021 onward. I had no context or recollection of
Like,
her
you missed
original
the whole
messages to me
video.
that made it clear that she was a really big fan. I don't remember everyone that messages me, who's
You
they
missed
are,
the
where I know them from, and so on. She messaged me from her personal
So what's
Instagram,
going on
had
with
no
this guy,
connections to
dude?
any fan accounts. accounts, didn't send me any more.
He's a little kid barber.
Content creation and
Watch the
some
video,
of which
bro.
she deleted. She seemed very normal.
He's a kid, he did.
Implied strongly that she was overage. What I thought about her age doesn't matter that much because nothing inappropriate happened.
Or on
It
air,
does matter to
Christian.
show my
Just so you
mindset
know.
because I don't go around befriending
Yeah, I
underage
mean,
girls
like,
or
dude, how
people that
can you
are
fucking
obsessed
do
with me
that?
or my content.
It's
To the best of
fucking
my
crazy.
knowledge, she was neither. Continuing with the transcript, now we
Wait,
get to
say
the
it.
very end, which was our first real conversation. This one was
No,
about
I mean,
music, which makes
yeah,
sense.
but it
It's
is.
something
I
I'm really
just say
passionate
fish
about.
when I
At the
was
time, I
saying,
was
you know?
working on a song called Trust Issues and some
Yeah.
other random music projects. And in the middle of us talking about music, I gave her my
Trust
Snapchat.
issues.
I said, add me on Snapchat, and she said, sure thing, just added you. I was sharing music snippets with a bunch of people at the time, and as we were talking about music, I wanted to share them with her. And I'm obviously
Parker
not going to send
Bata.
snippets of a new song over Instagram.
Get her
I've pretty much always
done.
used Snapchat as one of my main forms of communication. It was
Get
actually
her
the first
done.
social media I ever got
Let's
because a
crush
friend
it.
of mine wanted to start a streak with me, and it's something I started using a lot more when I became faceless on YouTube. Because yeah, stuff is deleted. You don't have to stress over people analyzing and leaking everything you say. And for me, even for something as simple as a picture of my cat, people used to zoom into my cat's eyes to look at the reflection to try and dox me. This was not uncommon at all. So of course I felt much more comfortable using Snapchat during this period, especially with people that I wasn't great friends with, but even with my best friends. Now let's go over her actual claims in detail. Amanda claims that after I added her on Snapchat on January 17th, 2022, that we started sexting. She showed that her birthday, when she would turn 18, is on February 17th, exactly a month later. She claims that we sexted from around the 17th of January, the day I added her on Snapchat, to the 10th of February, and then that it stopped. She said that while she was still underage, we exchanged nudes. Her evidence of this was 2 photos of, supposedly me, from after she was 18, complimenting her. Her final important claim was that she traveled to Orlando in August and that we planned to meet up and have sex. And I just want to make sure that I blatantly deny
Ooh
this.
la la.
None of this is true. And now I'm going into more detail. Now, unfortunately, because
We're
she
live.
We're on air,
it's
Baker.
difficult to be specific about some of the things she claimed. It's much easier to
We're
completely
live.
make
We're
up
watching
We're on
the
the
dream
air.
scandal.
that it never did. Like if I said right now, prove to me 100% that you never
Live,
sexted
Baker,
a
please.
specific person that you've had on Snapchat at any point, it would be impossible to do. But what I can do is lay out all the inconsistencies, talk about the proven lies, the specifics, questions that were never asked, and provide all the evidence that I have. And I believe that luckily, that's way more than enough. So first, I want to talk about the timeline. Every contact we've ever had with each other before January 17th is the Instagram DMs, which I just read to you, which are now all public in their entirety in the description of this video, other than the messages that she deleted. She claims that sexting started around January 17th and that sexting stopped February 10th.
Yeah.
So from the 17th to maybe February 10th is the time frame where we were sexting.
So even if we say that it started a couple weeks before it stopped, you'd have to believe that every message you've just seen, we went from that to sexting days later in 2022 before my face.
Did he say,
Even
wait,
if you
what
want
did
to
he
give her
say?
the maximum benefit of doubt and say that she
Shut
could
up,
use the
Baker.
timeline, she turned 18 on
I'm
the
trying to
17th,
understand what
1
he's
week after
saying.
she claimed
What
that
did you
it stopped.
say?
Raise the stream volume, bro.
Secondly, we can talk about her Twitter. She tweeted out defending me from hate on my face reveal 10 days before the allegations, and was liking my tweets, including a subscriber milestone tweet 2 days before she tweeted her allegations. With the timing of the face reveal and her allegation, my belief is that there was a lot of hate and that it's easy to get spiteful and join in on a hate train. I had ignored multiple of her Instagram DMs and Snapchat messages in recent months, and I had also made a new Snapchat that I didn't add her on. I still used my old Snapchat occasionally, but I just rarely responded. That's my only real explanation for why she flipped so quickly from being publicly positive to me to lying about me, but I guess I'll never really know. Thirdly, the only photos she showed as proof that I groomed her were both pictures from based on her own evidence after she was 18, meaning even if we give her the benefit of doubt and
Gorgeous as
assume everything
fuck.
she's provided is real and truthful, she was 18 when these messages would have been sent, and I had no context to the fact that she was more than a small streamer. But on top of that, I unblocked her Snapchat, went through our Snapchat chats, and couldn't find either of the messages that she was talking about. I also downloaded all of our Snapchat logs using the Snapchat data tool, which she can do as well, and neither of the compliments that she showed were in the logs. Now, honestly, this is pretty useless information because there's almost no messages in the logs, but it's still extremely weird that she was asked
Because
for
he
these
deleted
logs
the compliments.
many times. It takes 5 minutes to download, and she never did it. Probably because it doesn't support what she was saying. On top of those things, from everything she had told me, she was 19, and we had no inappropriate contact. The context of these messages would be a 22-year-old creator calling a 19-year-old streamer gorgeous on a birthday post while giving her a gift card as a birthday present. Finally, she said that we planned to meet up and have sex in August when she was in Orlando.
It was suggested that we meet up and have sex. I was either going to have him come to the resort I was at, or he was going to pick me up and bring him to his house.
First of all, this was before my face reveal. I did not leave my house. I was
That's the
massively
riz.
paranoid. I was not meeting up with a random person I had
I gotta
just
take
met
after
2 months
him.
before my face reveal, let alone at a resort, which is what her claim was. I'm gonna go ahead and
Let's
play a
just
phone
message
call with
everybody
my
we
mom
know.
just to give you some perspective from before my face reveal.
Every
How many
single
times
bitch
do you
I've
think
ever
that I
seen
left the house
say that
between
too.
2021 and my face reveal?
Wow, I don't know, 3?
Fucking ad.
Your fate is mine.
Skipping 54 seconds. Are
What
you
did I leave the
kidding
house
me?
for whenever I left the house?
That is crazy.
Well, I know.
Groceries, bro. How does fool get groceries?
I think one other time was when you had
That,
the
I'm still on ad.
kidney stones.
Oh yeah,
went
you're the
to
hospital.
I've skipped in. I'm able to skip in
This is the
30
only
seconds,
time you
dude.
left the house.
Oh, bueno.
Yeah.
Minesweeper!
Yo.
I be playing so much Minesweeper in class. It ain't even funny, bro.
Is it a speed run?
20 seconds.
Shit. Shit.
You can do the bottom row under the flags.
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, it's all touching.
Hold the flipping phone.
I don't know how this game works.
Yeah,
6 seconds. 5 seconds. 3 seconds.
No, I
3
can't.
seconds.
What the fuck you just
1
did?
and skip. We're back on the
my
video.
brain to watch.
Go back to the video. Go back to the video.
I didn't want you to call 911 because we didn't even.
38:15. That's where I'm paused.
Matt, do,
You got 15
do a
seconds.
3-hour mines.
Wait, 30 what?
He's got 15. Keep playing. Keep play the video. Play the video.
Like, what
Keep going, Matt. You got this shit.
Shit.
There's 3 in there. Yep, there you go. Nice.
How the fuck do you get kidney stones?
It would come because of all the fake.
You just never get stones in your kidneys?
Alright, 38:30, Matt.
Swatting zone.
Good boy.
So I had to come get you and
Are
take
we
you
on
to the
strong
hospital.
pause? Alright, we'll
So it
pause.
was probably 5 times that you left.
Okay, what was the process when we did leave the house? What was the process like?
Crazy. I pulled into the garage, shut the garage door. You would get in the back seat, way back of
Mom,
the van,
I need you to defend
with
for
a
me.
blanket over yourself, and you wouldn't come out from under the blanket
bet she's
until we were
hot.
on the highway.
I was a little paranoid.
A little bit.
What was the inside of the house like? What precautions
Hey,
did
Mom.
we take?
Oh my
They,
gosh, it was like, okay,
They're kind of calling you a pedophile and they have
every window
part
was
of evidence
covered,
I
even the
am. Can
high
you come out here and defend me,
windows
please?
that were arches, we had to like tape curtains over them so that even a drone wouldn't be able to see in. Everything was covered. Yeah, so we had the banker come to the house because you wouldn't go out of the house, but we needed to set up bank accounts. Whatever it was that
The
needed
baker.
to happen, we were the ones that did it so that you didn't have to go out.
Okay, thank you, Mom.
Lazy
You're
fuck.
welcome. I love you.
Love you too. Bye. Again, as you can probably tell, what she
cute.
claims definitely didn't happen.
So cute. Your
She's
son
telling the truth.
groomed a
Okay, thank you,
girl.
Mom. Thank you for defending
It's
me.
not, and it doesn't. Now, some other stuff to note. After her allegations, she deleted a lot of evidence. She unliked a lot of tweets she had liked. She deleted replies of hers on Twitter and TikTok that hurt her credibility or contradicted what she was saying. She deleted Instagram DMs to me and
It's
only got
giving
caught because she
jealous.
accidentally showed them in an old TikTok of hers, and that's all completely factual and documented. Later, she was bragging on TikTok, calling people doubting her jealous, saying, "I'm gorgeous and my favorite YouTuber thought so too." It's giving jealous.
Completely
Not treating
factual.
the serious situation that she claimed happened seriously at all.
It's
People
giving
also
jealous.
found old
It's
tweets
giving
of
jealous
hers where
and
she was
ugly.
replying very inappropriately to other streamer friends of mine. She was even banned in one of my friend's chats for saying she wanted to
Deviously
sit on his
lick my
face.
nuts.
These accounts weren't linked to her Instagram, so I would have had no idea about
A
them.
woo
She also
got daddy
replied to
sat
fans
now.
of mine questioning her with slurs. She also said that
Happy
she was gonna
Valentine's
lie
Day.
and tell me that
Hashtag
she was
Big
18,
Daddy.
but then she changed her mind, I guess.
So I was going to lie and tell
Oh,
him I
she
was 18.
ugly.
She said she would provide proof of the fact that she told me she was 17 and that I still sexted her tomorrow.
But I didn't, and
You're gorgeous
that
as
proof will come
fuck.
out tomorrow.
How
And
low
guess
in
what?
life do
She
you
never
need to
posted
be
proof
beefing with
because
a
this never
Minecraft
happened. She
YouTuber?
tweeted out thanking
That's
people
what
for
I
the
was saying.
support and claimed at the end that
You're
I deleted her
gorgeous as
DMs.
fuck.
She tweeted this and specifically said my end too, which means her DMs too. Well, I just want to point out that this is impossible. There's not a
man,
single
duh.
mainstream social media platform that lets you delete both people's messages. And we only had each other on Instagram and Snapchat, where you can't do that on either. She claimed that she was laughing and was going to prove people wrong with pictures of my penis. To which,
Oh, it's
again,
his
never
penis.
happened.
I wanna
Lastly, she
see.
tweeted saying that she's getting the law involved and going to the police. Said she's going to put me in jail unless I confess. She said she would provide more evidence. She didn't. She said she would upload her Snapchat
Good
logs.
for
She
you,
didn't.
miss.
She said she would sue me. She didn't.
She didn't.
Now I'm making this video. She provided absolutely no proof for any of her claims and said that she didn't have any.
You think
because she wanted her
Releno was
favorite
defending
YouTuber to
him?
trust her,
Yeah.
which could be a completely valid argument. Except the pictures that she posted were from a second phone, meaning there was no risk.
Now,
of
how do you
she
think
was
she
taking
feels
pictures
about
of
the new,
compliments from a
24
second phone,
page?
but has no evidence of anything sexual. Has no evidence of us planning to meet up.
If
and have
anyone
sex,
puts this on their
apparently
story,
from
I'm going
after
to
these pictures were
fucking
secretly
bash them.
taken. Has no evidence of a singular inappropriate
gone.
message from me or her, or even anything at all that isn't a story reply from Snapchat's story page of all your friends. What's more likely? She happens to have no evidence of anything she's claiming,
gorgeous
even
fuck.
from things she claimed happened
They're
after she was taking
gorgeous as
pictures
fuck.
secretly using a second phone. Or she doesn't have any evidence because it didn't happen.
You're
She
gorgeous
factually
as
deleted and
fuck.
hid messages. She factually lied about me deleting messages that I didn't. She called people doubting her jealous of her, was banned from streamers' chats before this for posting sexual things, and she lied about having
She
specific
factually-
pieces of evidence that she never
factually-
provided because they don't exist. If she's willing to factually lie, cover up, and hide things, how can you trust anything else she says as being representative of the truth? Lastly, once again, she said she was going to take legal action. She then tweeted a picture of the inside of a police station and also said she'd come back to patient
His ass is like a minesweeper.
And that's her
You
last
can
tweet.
see his fucking mouth.
Almost a year and a half now. Obviously, it didn't happen.
What you
Nothing
doing,
happened.
dude?
I waited,
Nothing.
waited, then I
Is
got
there a
impatient.
3 right there,
So I
bud?
asked my legal team
Factually
to
lied,
they
Matt.
got all
You're
of her
factually
information,
lying.
and
You're
after
playing
filing many
Minesweeper.
requests, they couldn't find anything. So, annoyed and still impatient, I asked them to get more specific. And after a lot of digging, my legal team was able to track down exactly where this picture is from based on the colors of the walls, the cameras, and a
What?
plaque outside the door. Then had someone go to the police station and requested specific records from this specific police station, and checked every record they could, criminal
That
and
is
civil,
crazy.
find anything under either one of those names.
and there was no information at all. I was
Shit.
not even in their system.
So you're not listed in my system at all.
So if you want to believe everything she said, you have to believe either one of these two things. Either one, she lied, this photo is fake, she never filed anything, and if she's lying about that, why would she not be lying about literally everything else? Or two, the picture is real, and whatever story she told didn't even meet the minimum required standard of proof to file a single piece of paperwork that my legal team could find in over a year
like
and a
Israel.
half. I
Confirmed
also
right there.
sent a
Look 'em.
photocopy of my
said
driver's
Israel.
license identification to this specific police station, a copy of Amanda's information, and let them know I was happy to answer any questions. To which, again, nothing
all
ever happened. Not a
Palestinian
single
viewers.
question, there was not a single case,
Cancel Dream,
accusation,
please.
or anything substantial enough to even have me in any system. And inevitably, when after this video, she makes another thread or another post reiterating the same lies that she has already said, or promising even more things that she never follows through on, go to the police or sue me. The standard of proof for you suing me
I
is
think
only
this
proving that it's
dream
more
guy
likely than
touched
not
a
that you're telling the
girl.
truth. 51%. Come take my money. But she won't. Because if she does, they're not going to treat it like it's Twitter. She's going to have to address all the lies. She's going to have to address all the inconsistencies. She's going to have to address her weird comments, her false
Burst
promises, her
proof is
character,
a
and most
wiki
importantly,
page of
be held
civil
accountable
case.
in her real life for what she's saying. This
Very
isn't
nice.
online drama. This is real life stuff. There are real victims that have been manipulated, abused, and taken advantage of. Amanda, you are hurting actual victims. You are diminishing the very real trauma that victims of grooming and abuse have gone through. You are making it harder for real victims of abuse to come forward. You are not a victim. You are not doing a good thing. No matter how terrible you think I am, or that the ends justify the means, you are hurting victims. Just in case this video isn't enough for you to realize that, check your mailbox. And that's all I have to say about these allegations. Now, before continuing with other stuff, I want to talk a little bit about what happened after these allegations. After these allegations and after my face reveal, I'll be honest, I lost a lot of motivation. I distanced myself from Minecraft, and I even thought about quitting and retiring. Of course, it was pretty scary. I just wanted to do Minecraft videos and have fun with my friends without worrying about people trying to ruin my life or attack my
Hello.
family or making lies about me. And after all the swatting and doxing and fake allegations, it really just felt not worth it anymore. But also, I had basically been stuck inside for the majority of the last 4 years, so I just thought I'd step back for a little bit. I traveled with my friends, I met a lot of creators for the first time, I worked on music, had my tour, and really just stepped back from my online life. And I feel like
love
during
his
this time,
music.
I really disappointed a lot of my friends and their families.
I neglected the dude as the
And he's sitting down on the fucking.
People. I went very inactive on everything, and I pretty much isolated myself from most creators in my immediate circle. There was a looming cloud over me, and I felt bad talking to people because I didn't
That's
want
how
to bring
you
any
mean.
negativity to everyone. Later on, I got pretty insecure
Whenever we
about
lose
my
a
creator
point,
friendships
he
that weren't
screams,
people that
"It's
I was
okay."
super close with. And even though everyone that I was friends with was very supportive and had my back and was very extremely private, I still couldn't help but worry that because there were people who were spreading hateful things about me, that it would impact their view of me personally. At one point, I ended up making a massive mess by tweeting publicly about a problem that I had with Quackity because he wasn't replying to me for a while. We had both made translation mods, and people were claiming that we were copying each other. It was just a mess. I was 100% wrong with making anything
it was
public.
messy.
Anything that can be handled in private should be handled in private, and I've always had that belief. So the way that I handled it was totally screwed up, even by my own standards. It was completely driven by fear and insecurity over my friendships, and it was not something that Quackity deserved at all. If Quackity didn't didn't want to reply to me about it or wanted to ignore it, that was entirely within his right to do, especially given the awkward circumstances of everything. I'm extremely proud of everything Quackity has done with his project, the QSMP, and genuinely he did it way better than I ever could have. It's incredible and everyone really should go check it out. I should have focused completely on the good that came from it all and not let myself get stuck on trying to work something out as friends, when he seemed perfectly fine.
You touch little girls.
Community. Again, there's a lot of things that can explain my mindset, but at the end of the day, I'm sorry to Quackity and his community for creating unnecessary drama, and I hope that people can try and understand my mindset, where I was coming from.
Did he distance himself from Quackity?
And care for my friends in the community. It was just an emotional time, and I made a mistake. After that, obviously, even more time passed, and again, there was nothing new with the allegation. There was no updates. I talked to a lot of people for updated advice, lawyers, PR people, people with experience, and everyone told me that it's in my best interest to stay quiet. As time went on, I disagreed more and more and decided that I was going to respond against their advice.
Matt, check your DMs. It's my whole response to this video.
And of course, after this, clips of what I said were taken out of context. People were spreading far and wide.
I'm dying.
And of course, because of this, took it as an opportunity to joke about
Guys, not to get political or anything.
If you don't know who that is,
they take
the
away
voice actor
women's
for
rights to
Gumball,
speak?
Gumball.
and one of the stars of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I had a terrible experience in real life with this person, so I replied to him talking about it and defending myself, and this situation blew up. I don't think I've ever gotten more hate in my life. September 23rd, I went to a friend of mine's birthday party in Austin, Texas. When I showed up, Nicholas Cantu was there. He was drunk and was drinking. He was being very aggressive to me throughout the night. I didn't know him. This was my first time ever meeting him, and we were not friends. Eventually, while on FaceTime to show his friends,
was drinking already drinking.
Again, this was my first time ever meeting him. I was there for another hour or so, and then when leaving the party, everyone decided to Uber together because it was late.
Why the fuck is bro yapping about him meeting a dude?
The Uber that I was in, despite my apprehension. I thought, what's the worst that could happen? It's an Uber ride. And there's other people there, so I wasn't worried. Little did I know, he ended up dropping his phone out of the Uber window in the middle of the highway. And after he got out to look for it, police showed up and stopped him from looking because it was dangerous and dark. Eventually, the Uber driver convinced Nicholas to leave.
Well, I want to promise you that I'm sober, so if you guys want to conduct a sobriety test. Hey, look, we're about to head out.
And after we left, the Uber driver was trying to give advice to Nicholas on the police, telling him that he could have been arrested, and Nicholas did not like
the guy.
What say.
You're retarded, you're Down syndrome, I don't give a how far did you go in your education? Who cares?
Of course, I started to get involved and argue with Nick, defending the Uber driver, and Nick did not like that at all.
Either you're gonna be paralyzed or you're gonna be dead.
Who cares?
And he was saying this, of course, after he had already assaulted me. While this was all happening, one of the other two people in the car with me that I also just met that night, he was aware of this, and he was actually the one that asked to be recorded.
Thanks for recording, by the way. How long is this? But yeah, this YouTube video is gonna be nuts. Subscribe to the Kanzu Network. Tune your sets right there.
Freaking advertisements.
I got one too. Skip it 15 seconds.
You have a skip in 15?
Yeah.
We can crank one out.
Bro, this
5 seconds now.
Oh my god.
Hell yeah.
Holy fuck.
You already know what that whole thing is all for.
Skip. Okay, here we go. We're back.
Ah, fuck you, Devin.
The next day, Nicholas sent me a very nice DM.
No
saying
Chihuahua
that he was
shit.
hitting me, that he was having a really rough night, and that he was high and drunk, and said that he was sorry for spreading false allegations that he knew nothing about, saying that he recognized it could ruin people's lives. Complimented me as being humble, grounded, and a good I didn't accept this apology, but I moved on.
Crossed up at the bar.
But how do you?
I recognize
I've never heard of someone not accept an apology, bro.
In that industry, so I felt a little bit of sympathy. I hoped he would just learn from the mistakes he made that night and move on. But then, of course, Nicholas started tweeting, spreading the same lies about me that he had already
Mr. Webb, Mr. Webb, Mr. Webb
could ruin people's lives. He was also wishing death upon me publicly on Twitter.
Hell yeah.
That's when I realized it wasn't just one bad night and people didn't know
Gumball
about
beast.
it. After I shared my experiences with him, he denied everything. He DM'd me saying I was lying, saying that if there wasn't video proof, it's all lies. He tweeted denying it all, which he deleted. And then he tweeted lying more about the situation, but also admitting to some stuff.
Yes, I slam boxed
He blatantly lied about the fact that he tipped the Uber driver when he didn't. He blatantly lied about me sending unsolicited dick pics to people. He also deleted that tweet almost immediately after.
If you're
he blatantly lied
weed.
about the reason he hit me. He claimed I called it a got slapped for it, which again was later recanted, but not after millions of people had already seen those lies. Nicholas tried DMing one of the people that was in the Uber that night with us.
Don't mention any more.
As a witness. That caused the person who I didn't know at all to message me and tell me that they had videos of him being horrible from that night and that they don't like that he's pretending to be innocent. I asked them if they'd be willing to send me the videos so I could back up my story since he was denying it and lying, and they told me that he was threatening them to make sure they didn't give me the videos. After I ended up finally getting the videos, I posted them. I needed to defend myself against the lies that he was telling and wanted to share the proof. I also posted screenshots of texts between me and the Uber driver confirming that he had blatantly lied and didn't even tip the Uber driver. After I posted this, Nicholas went silent, deleted his tweets, and hasn't said anything publicly. People still think that I lied and faked the Uber driver.
What a guy. Actually, it's fake as shit, dude. It's fake as shit.
I got in contact with the Uber driver.
If that's real, I'm lying.
Interviewed him, and I'll let him speak for
If
himself.
that's real, I'm
Hey, what's the worst that can happen? It's an dry.
That guy looks fucked up.
What's the worst can happen? It happened. You're gonna be paralyzed.
Nigga definitely got fucking dealt some meth.
What's going on, man?
This is our Uber driver, who happens to be one of the highest rated Uber drivers in all of Texas. He agreed to come share his recollection.
He's diamond ranked, bro. He's a diamond ranked Uber driver.
Diamond 1!
Energy. He was wild, like putting his head outside filming. The phone dropped out of the car. When the cop showed up, the cop came up to the car at first and was talking to him. And the way that he was speaking to the cop, he was speaking like down on the cop. And I'm like, man, like, you need to be quiet because you're going to go to jail if you keep talking to the cops like that. As soon as I said that, not even 20 seconds, the cop came. And he was like, get out the car, you're going to jail. I'm trying to save you from going to jail because I don't want nobody to go to jail, period. He kept saying something about like IQ.
Period.
He felt like he was better. And I was like, nobody cares about your IQ. There's a lot of people with high IQs in jail right now. So what are you going to tell them? You're going to talk to them and say that you're a child star while you're in jail? So I was like, I'm trying to help you out. I don't want you to go to jail. Even after you're acting crazy and wild, which most Uber drivers would have left you. You never said anything negative towards him while he was saying all this stuff.
How much you get paid, do you think?
Make it on the tape. I think he was
he got paid at least
a lot of other things besides just being drunk. And the thing is, it doesn't really matter what he was on, what he was going through, the way he was acting. It was unacceptable. 50 or 60%, I may be wrong about the number, but something like that of all violence has alcohol
One
in
thing
it.
I care about
So if
is
that was the
that
case, all these people would be getting away with it. Like y'all kept saying, I'm sorry.
That dude wanted
like,
some
we just
alcohol.
met him.
Dream wanted some fuck.
When you're in the Sahara, there's hungry men.
Yeah, he went all into the Egyptian king and the like. He's
Erected is a fun word.
Did he ever tip you anything?
No, that was another lie. Well, I don't know why he said that. And you know what? At the end of the day, it doesn't even matter about the tip or anything like that. Don't say it if you're not going to do it. And don't say it at all. I wasn't begging you guys for a tip or anything like that. Man, it was an eventful night. I don't know why a lot of people think that you were the one that was doing all these things and making all this stuff up and you wanted to do all this. I was like, he was the one that was trying to stop everything the most.
I posted like literally just like 2 screen caps of text from you, and everybody was saying they were fake. It was one of the messages where you said like there needs to be more people like you in the world or something, and they're like, when would somebody ever say that?
Because they didn't experience you in that manner, right? Yeah. Those are my real words, and I did feel that way. So I'm letting you guys know right now, all those text messages, that was me saying it. Dream did make the situation better. Everybody came in a dream, that's not how it went down. It was nothing like that. And now you're telling me how you got hit, and it showed me who you are. The first impression of somebody is a lasting impression. And you were nothing but respectful since you got in the vehicle. And you tried to escalate everything that was going on. And all the people in the back. Nicholas, if you are listening,
you can touch, you can groom minors as long as you retain your friend from being a drunkie.
Oh my god, Dream, your dick tastes so good, Dream.
Dream, your taste so good.
Oh my god, Dream, your cum.
Calm me down, Dream.
Calm me down, calm me down.
I know we all make bad decisions, and we have to learn a lesson from it. And this was just a bad decision that you made, and just learn from it. And all the different YouTubers and all the different people that were commenting about the situation. I do understand the entertainment part of it, right? And it's just I've seen a lot of memes and everything, but I was reading a lot of comments. He was saying this, or he was saying that, or it doesn't make sense. All that stuff doesn't mean anything if you were not there. It's just speculation. And if somebody older is trying to help you guys out, my advice is for you guys to listen. That's it. That's all you have to do. But you don't have to be negative towards them and we have to stick together because there's so many things that keep us apart, right?
Yo,
Just
he's
like
probably
if you
gonna
look
give you
at
like
it,
some tips and
it's
tricks on how to get away with.
Dream and the voice for Gumball. How about you and Nicholas have a sit down with me? We talk all the issues and all the problems out, and we can show people how bringing things together from a negative to a positive.
And then you all go touch it, except Overdrive.
It's in the universe.
Amazing, man. Well, thank you so much. I really appreciate you coming on. I posted a longer version of this interview on my second channel if you'd like more context. We talked for a long time. Now, before I show you the most insane, hair loss inducing
man
I have ever seen on Twitter that took place after I posted this video of him, I need to reiterate a couple facts. 1, I just met Nicholas. He was already drunk when I met him. 2, the party was not my party. I did not provide alcohol to anyone. 3, I did not know how old Nicholas was. And here's a video of what Nicholas said after I found out his age and critiqued him for drinking in front of the cops.
Why are you a narc pedophile?
4, I was not the one recording, and I only posted
Why is he a
video
narc pedophile?
unless there's video proof.
How old is he?
So yeah, now that that's clarified, enjoy.
He was.
He called him being a pedophile before he even called it. Holy shit! Holy shit! He was right. Nick was right all along, guys.
Gumball.
That was an amazing edit.
20. Yes, 20. I did give a minor alcohol.
Haha.
Man, can you go back to that gumball drawing in the car?
Let me cough.
As you can see, it got insane. Tweets doxing me and my friends and family got tens of thousands of likes. I have never seen that in my life. So I just want to talk very briefly about how serious doxing and swatting can be. It's a common thing for people to say that I don't think doxing is serious. In a clip that got a lot of attention from a stream of mine a while ago, I said that if you have 7 followers on Twitter, you shouldn't stress over being doxed. I don't stand by that, and I didn't mean to minimize doxing at all. I had just said before that if you dox people, you are not a part of my community, that I don't support you, and that it's disgusting. It can happen to anyone, and it can be serious to anyone. I was just trying to make the point that it's less likely to happen to somebody that's smaller because people have less reasons to target them. If they were targeted, they had less reason to actually follow through on anything.
What the fuck is
but
this?
It's just not something that I should have said or something I should have explained, as it made it seem like I was supporting doxing when I just wasn't at all. I have always said that doxing is extremely serious. That's crazy. Serious.
Whoa, Leonard, you hearing this shit?
Haha, send a pizza to someone's house. It's attempted identity theft.
Whoa.
Or people who dislike you up at your house or your family's house to try and break in. Crackers being put on your family members' cars. People showing up at your little sister's job. SWAT teams being called to you and your family members' houses. Bomb threats.
That's wild,
people
bro.
calling you
That is wild.
pretending to be you and terrorizing
I'm not
her.
touching
That's
that,
all
bro.
stuff that has happened to me, my family, and my friends. They're not hypotheticals. This isn't just that you don't like Dream. It's not just me whose life you're putting at risk and who you're harassing. You're going after an 80-year-old woman who has done nothing to you. It's not just me you're hurting when you make up lies or spread.
Why was he the fastest sperm?
Employees I have who also have families and lives. It's all of my friends and anyone that's ever been associated with me. It's my family, my grandparents, and most importantly, actual victims who have gone through traumatic things. And that's not even talking about the stuff
Moaning
that hasn't
allegations.
happened to me, but has
This
happened
guy's
to other
really
people.
yapping
Pets
for
and
an
people
hour
being
and
shot by
22
police
minutes.
officers during swattings. People breaking in with a gun to kill a YouTuber they don't like. It's incredibly serious, and it's not okay. That wasn't even the end of the craziness, though. That was the beginning.
I was gonna say something. But we're live.
Accusing me of sexting a 16/17
but
girl
we're
named
live.
Kim. Because I was currently the internet punching bag, and it was proof that the punching was justifiable, it was spread very quickly, without a lot of questions being asked. Before I break it down, I want to immediately say that this is not true. I did not groom anyone. I did not groom Jamie, and I would never be inappropriate with someone underage. When they posted this allegation, attached was a video that, of course, went viral. It was a video from another phone of a Snapchat being opened, supposedly from Dream, that had moaning in the background and a very sexual caption. This is the clip in its entirety without audio.
Oh hell yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
I tease the shit out of
They
you.
also attached screenshots of Discord DMs between anonymous people who were claimed to be two friends of Dreams and said it was them discussing me having sexted a minor. In these screenshots, they say that I was confronted about it and that I admitted it. I've shown you every piece of evidence they posted without changes, and I've mentioned everything that they've claimed. Now, just to reiterate, this is not true. Every piece of evidence is either out of context, edited, blatantly lied about, or presented in a very disingenuous way. Again, I did not groom anyone. I also was never confronted about grooming by any of my friends. Now, of course, when something like this is claimed, it's extremely serious, so I'm gonna break it down in detail. Okay, so who is this accusation from? It's from an anonymous burner account.
Burner 22.
Which is interesting. So
that's
don't know
me,
who
guys.
they are, but
Damn it!
you know
Damn
who
it!
the victim is. Jamie.
Fuck, he's
How
onto
old
us.
did they say she was? They said 16/17. Okay, so what else do we know about Jamie? They said she left the internet in 2020. So because they apparently can't, let me tell you who Jamie is. I follow Jamie on Twitter, which people quickly pointed to as proof. As you can see, Jamie is also followed by Skeppy, Verb, and Spifey, other YouTubers from the community. I met Jamie when I wasn't even a YouTuber. I had just posted my first ever YouTube video less than a month before. I had less than 100 followers on Twitter the month that I met her. I made a lot of friends around this time because I wasn't a big creator and I was part of a lot of online communities as a fan. She played on Bad Boy Heroes Minecraft server and was a fan of Skeppy. I was trying to grow and make connections, and I had pretty much just made my Twitter account, so I made a lot of friends. Many people from this time I'm still friends with to this day. People claiming that me following her is proof that I sexed underage fans or groomed her at all is ridiculous. These claims are completely false. They were right about her age. She's 21 now, so she would have been around 17 4 years ago. That's about the only correct thing they said this entire time. Like, remember they said she quit the internet in 2020 as a convenient way to excuse any questions about her? Well, she didn't. She liked a tweet from last month, actively tweeted all of 2022, and she changed her bio and Twitter account name when this happened, just wanting to be left alone. That's interesting. She actually tweeted saying she only privately
Matt, cover your mouth.
friends were finding it.
I am.
Wonder why they lied about that. Maybe because the person who's claiming this doesn't know Jamie, doesn't know anything about Jamie, doesn't know me, doesn't know anything about me, and is being malicious and making up whatever they can to end my career. Let's talk about.
Man, I want to play Fortnite right now.
They posted the videos with permission, which of course.
I'm not trying to watch this fucking waste of yap, bro. How much time is left in this?
20 minutes?
20 minutes.
Yeah, I'm done.
Yeah,
Get the hell out of here. Oh my
Later,
god.
Leonard.